For the 5th consecutive year, America's best short track drivers, NASCAR's Grand National Division, have come to Southern California for the country's premier short track race. Bragging rights are on the line as 40 drivers battle for the title of Showdown champion. No holds barred. No shortage of adrenaline. No equipment will be spared. 250 laps of excitement from Irwindale Speedway is coming up to determine who is America's best. Speed welcomes you back to America's greatest short track for the 5th annual NASCAR Toyota All-Star Showdown. Tonight, NASCAR's Grand National Division, the Busch East Series and NASCAR West will go at it for 250 laps, likely the longest race that many of these drivers have ever attempted. So we'll see who is America's best on this night at America's wonderful race place, the 9-year-old Irwindale Speedway. Hi, everybody. Mike Joy with Dick Berggren. Happy to be with you once again for what has always been a great event. And boy, if last night's super late model feature was any indication, we're in for a barn burner tonight. But two things have changed. One, the race distance. It's a lot longer. And two, the age of the drivers at the front of the field.
Oh, let me tell you what. Sean Case on the pole, 21 years old. Outside him, Joey Logano is 17 years old. Total it up, that's 38. The guy that starts third, Mike Duncan, 45.
It's a changing of the guard in NASCAR's level that's just below the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. They are regional series in the sense that the Busch East cars race east of the Mississippi and NASCAR West, of course, races west. And they both race in Minnesota and Iowa, as you see there. Now, the champions of NASCAR's developmental series have also been invited as guaranteed starters, and one of them took NASCAR up on the deal. Andrew Ranger, champ of the Canadian Tire Series, is here, and he will be in the starting field. So a wide range of ages, a wide range of talent and experience in going this kind of distance.
Oh, yeah. We've got people from Mexico, Canada, from Connecticut, from California, all over this entire hemisphere here to do battle.
Who came the furthest? Mike Johnson from Salisbury, Mass. That's 2,999 miles. Let's have a look at some highlights of qualifying last night. Mike David, the West Series champion, got loose off 4 and hooked it into the wall. They had a long night here in the garage area last night, but they've got it fixed. He's ready to race. Mike Duncan came out after the sun went down and laid down a lap that was good for a top 3 spot. Joey Logano, while the sun was still out, took what he thought would be the pole. But Sean Case, who's fought Logano all season long in Busch East, nipped him for the honor. So they will start on the front row. Case in first, Logano in second. There's Sean, driving for Andy Santerre. He's on the pole. Last chance qualifying race for the final 6 positions. That's Mike Johnson ahead of Greg Pursley. Pursley gets together with Antonio Perez at Mexico City. Perez went all the way to the back. They restarted. That's Johnson getting the win over Pursley. Now watch this. Battling for the last transfer spot. 3 cars get together. 2 go spinning in that white car. Again, that's Lopez, or Perez rather. And he gets to the flag with the final transfer spot. When he took the white flag, he had no shot to make it. When he took the checkered flag, he was in the show. That's how quick things change around here. Here's the format for tonight's race. 250 laps with a competition yellow at around lap 100 and 200, where you can make routine adjustments that you could on any yellow flag pit stop, including a brand new set of sneakers. It's all coming up from America's greatest short track. Here's a little bit of what we saw last night. What will it look like tonight for 250 laps? Speed's coverage of the NASCAR Toyota All-Star Showdown is brought to you by Toyota, moving forward. getting close to race time. Grand Marshal Darrell Waltrip's just been announced to the crowd. He's explaining to them what a great facility they have, the likes of which don't exist anywhere else in America, I don't think, for a weekly short track. What a wonderful place. And it produces great racing. That's one thing that makes it so great. Like last year, right here, in the Grand National half of the Showdown. That's Matt Kovaluk, number 40. He's leading. Sean Case, Eric Holmes are fighting for second in the closing lap. Holmes, number 62. Last lap. Case to the bottom. They get together. Holmes goes for a spin. Kovaluk goes on to win the biggest race of his career. There's Matt celebrating, and he is in the field tonight to try and defend his title. Here's Ralph Shaheen.
Well, Mike, Matt Kovaluk won this race just last year. Matt, how big of a victory was winning the Toyota All-Star Showdown? Because you've won a lot of races.
Yeah, this was huge. I mean, it was probably the biggest win of my career. You know, you come out here and it's the All-Star race, and it's supposed to be the best of the best. So winning this thing was for bragging rights, and we've had bragging rights for a full year now. So now we're looking to back that up tonight.
Well, this year's race is going to be a little bit longer. Is it going to be the most aggressive race of the year for you as far as how you approach this style of driving tonight?
Yeah, you know, it always is, because everybody here is always running really hard. You know, there's no points tonight. It's all about money and bragging rights. So everyone, they get here and they get psyched up, and everyone runs hard right from the get-go. So, you know, we got a couple breaks during the night to make adjustments. So I'm not worried about burning the tires up or anything else. So we'll go after it. Like, every lap's going to be like it's last.
Well, Matt Kovaluk will certainly be a strong contender to go back-to-back with victories here at Irwindale in this All-Star Showdown. But another young driver is looking for his first win here in Irwindale, and he's standing by with my partner on pit road, Jim Trado.
Indeed, Ralph, the story really started at the beginning of the year when NASCAR changed the Grand National rules to where the drivers could be 16 years of age or older. Well, that made a big change for Joe Gibbs Racing and their development of driver Joey Logano. At 16, he went west. He won the West Series race at Phoenix International Raceway. He went on to win 4 of the next 8, the first 8 races in the Busch E-Series to become the youngest and first Rookie of the Year and champion in the Busch E-Series. It's easy to say he set this series this season on its ear.
Yeah, it was definitely a great season, you know, all year. You know, I mean, even after that, I mean, we almost won half the races of the year, so definitely a stellar year for us. You know, it was cool to get a first win, first race out in Phoenix, you know, where everyone was pretty neat. It was surprising, and then at the same time, you know, I mean, I think the whole Joe Gibbs organization goes out to every race, you know, expecting to win. So, you know, we expected to win that race. You know, it doesn't happen every time, but that's what we do every racetrack we go to.
As far as tonight goes, the teenager has the strategy worked out.
The first portion is going to be to stay out of trouble and figure out what your car is going to be doing. You know, really, the first 200 laps of this race is going to be like a 200-lap test pretty much for us. Just make sure we get the car good for the last 50, and that's when the race is going to be on. And, you know, that's when it's really going to get big, and we'll see what happens there.
He's had a great season, as you see from the stats, but you win enough races, no matter how young you are, the world beats a path to your door. Logano was discovered by the Hartford Courant's Sean Kershane when he was just a little kid running quarter midgets at Thompson, Connecticut.
Yeah, but Mark Martin put him on the national map when Mark decided he was going to run a partial schedule in Nextel Cup racing, asked who he should put in the car. He said Joey Logano, who at the time was only 14 years old. Mark said he's ready for it.
And the phone calls started coming. Now, he'll share the front row with Sean Case. And there's a story between those two.
Oh, boy, there sure is. Last points race of the year, Dover, Delaware, and Logano was leading the race. Case came up, bammed into the back bumper, put Logano out. Logano afterwards was very mad, said he should have at least tried to pass me. So these guys don't necessarily like each other, and they have run into each other.
Well, we've heard one side of that equation. Let's get the other from Ralph.
That is, of course, Sean Case, who is starting on our pole tonight. Upstairs, they've been talking about the rivalry that's been developing between you and the driver that's going to start alongside you tonight, Joey Logano. How do you take that rivalry? What's your approach?
My approach is, you know, everybody wants to be raced the way you race each other, and, you know, I'm just going to go race him clean, and hopefully we can make it 200 laps of the last 50-lap dash, and we'll settle it there. He's a great driver, great talent, and I'm just really excited that I have the opportunity to race against great talent, just like we have in the rest of the field. So we qualified first. We got good track position. Hopefully we can stay in the top 5 through the whole race and make a run for it at the end.
Sean Case came very close to winning this race last year, and there's 2 people that will be guiding him, hopefully, to victory here tonight. One is Andy Santerre. The other is Shane Wood. That's Shane's face right there on the dash. This youngster passed away due to cancer just a couple of months ago at the very young age of 8 years old. Sean got to know Shane, and they developed a very strong relationship. That's the last face he looks at every year race just before they drop that green flag, Mike.
Thanks, Ralph, for getting ready to race in Irwindale. Pre-race ceremonies are winding down. We come back, we're going racing. This is going to be fun.